You know, was there some traumatic incident that happened in the past? Was this something that caused this? The research is not really conclusive on this. Is it genetic? Did you have a predisposition to be anxious? You know, were you always just an anxious person, or was it truly a situation that could have triggered this off? Either way, my opinion and my experience is that you are not going to be able to fix the issue by digging into your past. All right, people, what's good? Today we are going to talk about the connection between anxiety and trauma. Now, I'm going to talk about my personal experience, my opinion, and then sort of give some concluding comments or just see where this video goes and takes me. So I would probably start off by saying that I think that it is of most importance that if there's something that has happened that was traumatic, I 100% say go to therapy, go to someone you truly trust, and speak to them about it. There's something about, you know, speaking to someone about whatever is really bothering you and is sort of weighing you down, and you speaking to someone can give you that sense of relief that you need. When it comes to different things like trauma, and when our nervous system is sensitized and we are in that traumatic, you know, fight or flight response, and we are in survival mode, it can come with a lot of strange emotions. Now, a lot of emotions, and one of these emotions that can come, which is really strange, and I don't really know why this is accompanied with sort of traumatic experiences, but one of them is shame. Now, I don't know why people with, you know, who've obviously suffered trauma and gone through mental health issues actually suffer from, you could sort of call them, you know, shame attacks, where they feel an awful amount of shame when, if someone walked into a room with an issue with diabetes, and that is an actual issue and it prevents them from doing certain things, but you walk into a room and you have anxiety or depression, it's obviously not as concrete mental health issues. That's, you know, sort of, you can't really compare it to physical ailments, but mental health issues are just as important as physical health issues. And so what I'm trying to lead on with trauma, guys, is that in my experience, so concluding what I'm just trying to say, it's very important, guys, to, if there's something really bad that's gone on, talk to someone about it. But ultimately learn, if you're suffering with anxiety, this is for people who suffer with anxiety, and I think this could be sort of applicable maybe to depression, maybe not. It's completely down to the individual who I'm speaking to right now. But when it comes to anxiety, it is of utmost importance to learn about the mechanics of anxiety. What's going on? What's happening in our body when we feel anxious? What are these physical sensations that are associated with anxiety? We learn that they're not harmful. We learn that we can retrain our response to negative emotions. We learn that, ultimately, these intense bodily sensations that are induced by anxiety are not harmful, and we can actually change our interpretation to it, and we can continue to live our lives with this anxious sensation, and we can bring it with us. We can bring the anxious state with us, because ultimately we have the faith in our body and our mind, and we know that it'll do no harm to us. It is simply a nervous system that's been sensitized, and we are learning to desensitize it. And ultimately, what's keeping you in this trap of anxiety is you resisting it, is you ultimately reinforcing the anxiety by avoiding certain situations, certain people, certain thoughts. Avoiding anxiety reinforces it. And so I'll say this one thing, just a quick story, guys. I go to church. I'm quite a spiritual person. I'm a Christian. This video really doesn't have much to do with Christianity, but I'll just talk about this. And there was two pastors that, two pastors that came. A man and a woman, and they came to my church from a different church, and they were doing a healing meeting. Now, they were praying for people who were sick and stuff, and I came up and I said, hey, I suffer with anxiety and stuff, and that's the first thing. And it's not it's no ill intent. They were wonderful people, but she asked me, was there some traumatic incident that happened in the past? And I've had other people say this to me. Was this something that caused this? Now, the research is not really conclusive on this. Is it genetic? Did you have a predisposition to be anxious in the first place? Was it a genetic predisposition to be anxious? Or, were you always just an anxious person? Or was it truly a situation that could have triggered this off? Either way, my opinion and my experience is that you are not going to be able to fix the issue by digging into your past. How can you fix something that is going to sort of impact the future when you dig into the past, if that makes any sense? When you're looking forward to, when you're in the present moment, it is, in my opinion and my experience, present day principles, actually teaching yourself about the mechanics of anxiety and not digging into your past, because this is what people have said to me and other people. You need to find that one scenario where your anxiety got triggered, and you need to find it out. So let's assume that was correct. Even if I did find out what sort of triggered me for the first time with anxiety, what would I do? What would I do with that? What would I do with that information? What benefit will that give me? It's quite interesting, isn't it? So, just a few thoughts I had, guys, today. Hope you've enjoyed this video, guys, between the link between trauma and anxiety. So, guys, if you have enjoyed this video, please comment, like, and share, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And thanks for watching. Peace out.